As a psychic medium, it's my pleasure and my job to help people find comfort in connecting with their loved ones.
She's also a paranormal investigator, and a damn good one.
Appeared to me, my deceased father, and that's when it all started. All of a sudden, every spirit, because I could see my dad and talk to him, then spirits know this, so they know if there's a medium around, and they're all gonna. They saw him talking to me, so they all came around. Hey, this girl could see us, But the whole thing is with this, I was telling, when there's a lot of spirits coming in, one spirit comes in, there's always going to be bad ones that come in too. So it started. I was terrorized as a child with different entities that I can actually see. So I'm seeing them, I'm feeling them. I can hear what they're saying to me, and they're terrorizing me so bad. They're waking me up out of my sleep. They're talking in my ear. They're invading my sleep, where they were making me wake up in the middle of the night, like sleepwalking, like I was in like alpha state, just walking. This one was trying to get me to fall down the stairs.
Holy cow.
Yeah, some of them are bad. They're trying to hurt you.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, yeah, it's crazy. So, you know what? As I grew up, not my whole, we thought it was kind of like normal that we're going through, but we never talked about it. We didn't tell people because it's like, that embarrassing family.
Yeah, it's a common thing.
Right.
Not to things like that.
So, not realizing the extent of it, not realizing that I was gifted, but my family was experiencing some stuff, but I could see them, and they knew I could see them. So it was weird. It was crazy growing up. They were pinching me, punching me. I had welts on my back.
Ooh.
But I know. But you know what? I'm tough. So I was.
That's good.
I started pissed off.
You're from Hoboken. Come on.
I'm from Hoboken.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? And I'm Sicilian. So I'm like, I'm not putting up with this. So I started going back at them. So I got older, and I was so sort of like, I remember I was reading for friends and stuff for fun and family members, and not a lot of people knew about it. It's just like close knit people, my friends. But I would like be at a bar, we're in our 20s, hanging out at the bar. I was sitting next to this girl, and all of a sudden I'm getting a strange, overwhelming feeling from her, and I'm like, "Who's Joe?" And she goes, "My boyfriend." I'm like, "Why do you let him hit you?" And she starts crying. I'm, trying to like school this girl. I'm not doing this and helping her. Like, I'm like her therapist now, her psychic therapist. So, I realized I have this gift that I can help people.
Did you have any friends? Did you have any friends that kind of were like, "You're kidding, right?" You know what I mean? Did you have any friends that's grown up when you actually did tell these friends of yours?
Well, that whoever didn't see me in action doing it would not believe it. And, I'm not one to put on a show. I'm not going to put on a show, if I'm
sure.
The people that I've read for, my friends, and I've read for my friends' parents.
Wow.
So I blew them away, because I remember I was reading one of my girlfriend's parents, and I was like, "Listen," I said, "somebody in the family has cancer." I said, "but it's going to be caught early enough that it's going to be okay. It's one of those cancers that they can get rid of." So they were so happy, because it was my friend's older sister. So nobody, they weren't talking about it. Nobody knew about it. So, but it's funny. I pick up medical now. So medical.
Wow.
Yeah. I'd say I could, I'll scan somebody's body to see where there's an issue.
Very cool.
Scan. I could see inside the body. So, as now I get, I'm getting older to hang out with my friends. When you hang, in your teens, I was out partying and having fun with my friends, working. So it kind of like, fell to the wayside. It's not like it's something I'm, it's kind of, I guess, turned it off type of thing.
Right.
And, then I get married. I have my daughter, and I completely stopped doing it because, I don't want anything around my daughter. My husband knew. But as then, I'm working. I worked for the police, too, for 13 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so after I had left my job, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I just said to my husband, I said, I think I'm going to start doing readings. My daughter's old enough because I didn't want anyone making fun of her. So,
Sure.
Even me, I wouldn't tell people because I didn't want people making fun of me because, I was normal, cheerleader, everything, I'm not some goth girl. Well, I went through that goth period. I was into Ozzy.
Nice.
That's great.
But yeah, so now this is here I am, and now from this, people started hearing about me and wanted me to come to their homes because they had issues in their home, paranormal activity. So I started going out and doing investigations on my own, and finding out what the problem was, telling them, and getting rid of it. So I started doing it, and then one day, I'm saying to myself, maybe I should do this with other people in case something happens to me.
Right.
So that's how I got into investigating and doing.
How long have you been doing that? Investigating.
Oh my God, a long time.
Really?
20 years.
Wow. Cool.
25 plus years. Yeah, I started young.
Wow.
Yeah.
So would you say that you have helped cross over a lot of souls?
Yes, and then there's some that don't want to go, and there's some I
Right.
force, But I did. I had one of my very first, which was I loved. This family, contacted me, and I'm on the phone with the lady, and I do remote viewing. So as soon as I start talking, even when I know I'm going to a location, I do remote viewing. I'm there. So I'm on the phone with her, and I'm seeing what's going on. They're not seeing what's going on, but they're hearing what's going on. It was one of those creepy, crawly ladies on all fours.
Oh, yeah.
My worst nightmare come true. And I don't tell her until I get there. I go around the house. I said, are you hearing banging on your living room floor and scratching? And they're like, yes. So I went to do like a sweep through the house. I walk into one room, and all of a sudden this older woman, passed dead, is pushing me out of the room. Get out, get out, get out. So I go to the lady, the girl that owns the home. I said, who's Claire? And she goes, oh my God, that's my mother. She's passed. I said, she's not letting anyone in this bedroom. She's protecting. She goes, everyone's sleeping in the master bedroom because of what was going on.
Wow.
So it's pretty crazy. So I know where this thing is. I go downstairs, and I'm going to fast forward. I get a hold of this crazy, creepy, crawly thing. She's like actually going on the ceiling, scratching and banging. It turns out listen, spirits, I know, like when you hear on Dead Files and Amy Allen describing crazy looking things, they appear to us like that to scare us.
Right.
They can change any form, but they're all human. Spirits are human.
Right.
It's
kind of like their defense mechanism.
Exactly. I would do the same thing, except I'm going to have a tiara.
Yeah.
And a bloody face. But I got her down to human form, and she explained to me that she used to live there, and she was looking for her husband. So I was able to cross her over, and the house was clean. So
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of good work with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Now you have like a Tuesday thing that you do on Facebook where you do live readings for people.
Yes.
Which I think that is just awesome.
Yeah.
And I tell them because I do it for free. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm actually staying on my A game. I'm practicing on you guys, keeping myself fresh, because I love to, off the cuff. You come, I don't know. I mean, these people are all over the world.
Right.
In Scotland, Australia. So it's keeping on my A game. It keeps me fresh. So, I get them, I read them. Right. So it's fun, and I'm helping them.
That's awesome.
So, I love it. And that's on Paranormal Warehouse. I'll be on this Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's every other Tuesday because I used to do every Tuesday. I don't know what happened.
Too much.
Facebook. No, I don't care. I don't mind doing it.
Yeah.
But it's on Paranormal Warehouse.
Right.
And that's, I don't know if you know this, but that's Daryl Marston's part owner in that.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a great guy. So he's starting there,
Right.
American Ghost Hunter. That's how he was discovered.
Now, tell us a little bit about your event, like production company that you're kind of with. That helps you with events where you go places and.
Okay.
Like with Ray.
Right. Because I have something. I just you might see me on TV again.
Right.
But on my own thing. But I that's as far as I can tell you.
Right.
But with Ray from Flamiri Promotions, I love Ray. Ray, he also is the owner of RTL Paranormal.
Okay.
One of the best paranormal groups I've ever worked with. They are amazing, very professional. So they run the events too. They help run the events. But yeah, we do events all over the United States. Hopefully, we'll go international too. And Ray has like a great, array of talent in his company. He's got Daryl Marston, Brian and Rochelle from Ghost Hunters, Mustafa, Rob Demarest.
Now, don't you have an event coming up soon?
Yes, wait. There's a few coming up that I can't announce yet. They're big ones. Wait, let me see. I need my glasses for this.
There you go.
I have to write stuff down. Oh, wait. Can I tell you? Wait, this Thursday, Thursday from 10 to 11:30.
You're going to be with
Dave Schrader from the Schrader. Yeah, I'll be on Darkness Radio. I'm so excited.
That's awesome.
We've always stayed in touch, but they're doing they're revisiting episodes, so they're going to be revisiting the episode that I was on.
Right.
And so I'll be on that show.
Yeah, Dave Schrader's a good guy.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, it's funny because either I talk to him a lot or it's every once in a while, and every once in a while I'll get a voice message from him with that very deep Dave Schrader voice.
That's funny.
Let me see. Wait. Oh, actually, you know what? Tuesday, if everyone go at 6 p.m. On Facebook, go to Flammeri Promotions webpage. Not webpage. Their Facebook page.
Right.
We're making our announcement at 6 p.m. on the events that we're doing.
Okay.
So
very cool.
Really great events. So wait, I know one I'm doing. This is what I'm really excited about. June 26th, I'm going to be at the Berkeley Plantation in Virginia with for Flammeri with RTL Paranormal, and we're doing a junior ghost hunt. So we're going to have kids.
Oh, cool.
Right.
And we're going to teach them about the equipment and what we do. It's a lot of, you know what? I love this because you know what? I'm hoping I'm going to meet a couple of little mediums because I started young. I always tell my viewers too, listen, if you have children and you think they're seeing, entities or spirit, I'll try and help. I love helping the kids because I went through this and it was scary. And there was nobody there for me, Hans Holzer, I used to read all the books. Loved Hans Holzer.
Yeah.
It's funny. When I was in school, for graduation, I put down I wanted to be a paranormal investigator, and they wouldn't let me put it. They wouldn't. Yeah.
Oh.
I know. But so that's going to be so much fun with the kids,
Awesome. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, and the parents love it too. So I'm going to be with Chris Sutton. Chris Sutton's a shaman, and he was on Ghost Adventures.
Right.
He was on Dead Files.
Okay.
Yeah, he's trying to one-up me with Dead Files.
Now, talk a little bit about the Shanley Hotel. Talk about you've been there quite a few times, have you not?
Yeah, I love the shit. They always have me there for events, and now Flammeri, Ray has been booking us there for events. I was just there with Mustafa. That place is freaking crazy. I always said it's a great place for beginner investigators because there's always something going on.
Right.
And it's harmless, but there's one thing there, but it only affects mediums. I'm not telling you where it is because people will fake it then.
Oh, yes.
Right.
Yeah. I don't, but I'll tell you, this thing is heavy duty.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
it only appeared to 3 people.
Wow.
And it was me, another famous medium in the UK, and Mustafa saw it.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't believe when he told me he saw it because he described what he saw. And I said, oh my God. I said, you have to have mediumistic skills because it only comes to mediums.
Right.
If this thing wants the medium, whoever's there, to know that it's in charge and
Right.
back the F up.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
And I do. You know what? Like I said to my husband, if I wasn't married, I'm getting echo. If I didn't have my daughter and my husband, believe me, I would go head to head with this thing.
Wow.
Yeah. But
Brave girl.
I would love to, but you know what? Now I have to protect them because they know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
They know.
You got to protect your family.
Yeah, that's my kryptonite. They know how to get to me.
Yep, most definitely. Now, Shane, don't you have a device that you wanted to talk to April about?
Oh, yeah. So for me, I'll have to start out with I'm about as psychic as a rock, okay? I have zero abilities. I have nothing.
We all have a little.
And that's, well, maybe, but that's why we need you people because, for me, I come from the science background.
I love that. So Brandon Alvis too.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
he's a skeptic. He's very open to this.
Yeah. So I go so far as to even build my own equipment. I write my own software. I do all these things. Yeah. So now the thing is I need people like you to tell me where to put this equipment to find entities. Yeah. Because I have no idea. I'm like a blind guy running through the woods and I can't see nothing.
It's not a matter of me telling you where to put it. It's you can call them out. Like I'll tell you, like wherever I go, I can call a spirit. It's just like when I do my readings, because I don't always do like all mediumship. I do a lot of like just psychic readings, like help people with their businesses.
Sure.
And of course, the biggest one is love.
Yeah.
When am I going to meet my knight in shining armor?
Yeah.
But if somebody wants, and I'm not picking up a spirit, I can pull a spirit through.
See, that would be the most awesome because, we've done controlled studies in the past where we took a plasma ball like the one that's behind Jay there. All right. And, yeah, that guy. One like that. And we interfaced it to a computer. So the computer, that plasma ball can tell the computer if something is near it or touching it because it's giving off energy and anything that absorbs or adds energy to it will show up on the computer. Okay.
Really?
Yeah. It's great.
This guy is so smart.
And there's no way you can get interference?
It doesn't. I mean, no, it doesn't. No, for the most part. I mean, we've done tests where I've taken it to a non-haunted, non-whatever location, and it can sit there for hours, and you just get a flatline graph, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if I walk over there myself and I put my hand near, I go to touch it or get near it, within a foot or so of it, it sees that no problem.
Yeah.
And I can even tell if you're touching it with one finger, two fingers, whether you're hugging it, etc. Okay.
That's freaking amazing.
Yeah. So what we did in the past is we had college students from the university come in, and we would put the thing in a room with the student and blocked in, so they could they could see it through a plexiglass window, but they couldn't touch it.
Mm-hmm.
And we found a very small percentage of people. We probably did 40 maybe go through there, and about 3 or 4. They could just mentally touch it.
Yes.
Okay. And then I would ask them, okay, so when they did that, did you touch it or did something else touch it? And 2 of them were like, I have no idea. I just think about it and it happens. And then the other ones were like, well, we directed entities to go there.
Yeah.
And originally when we first started this, before I came on board to hook it to a computer, they were just videotaping the thing and seeing if it changed its pattern, and that's back when we were doing those other studies. Yeah. Now I have it hooked to a computer. There's no human bias because before it was like, okay, you're watching the video and you could see it change. Okay, they touched it. But that's still subjectivity in your human mind. Exactly. Now that it's hooked to a computer, the computer has no skin in the game. It don't care what's going on.
Exactly.
It's recording numbers off of that globe, And so now what I want to do is either get mediums or more people. Of course, I'm not there at that university. So I'd like to get more people to see if they could either A, remotely touch one of those, B, direct entities to it, or C, tell us how the entities interact with it. What does an entity have that can physically touch or interact with that device? So,
hey, Shane, do you have that with you, or are you?
I don't have it with me. No, I'm not at a friend's house right now.
I would love to see this.
Well, and we can do this off camera sometime. Do whatever, do a session like this. I'll put it in the background. I'll start it recording, and then See what
I
happens.
would love to do that. You know,
Yeah.
it's funny. I'm sorry, I have to get my hair done.
Oh my Lord.
I'm still a girl.
If anybody has the face for radio, that's me. Okay, so don't worry about yourself. You're all good.
You know, I love I always say the thermal cam, the FLIR.
Yep.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
one of
remember I know when I raise my vibration to interact with spirit,
Okay.
I turn it into like I could feel it. I could feel the energy go up. I make it into a cone. And I remember I was on an investigation with the team. We're in pitch black and they have the camera. I said, listen, point it at me. I want to see what happens. And what you know, you see my aura field go up.
Yeah, I would like to try that myself.
Up into a cone. And
that would be awesome.
Exactly what I was doing. And I was curious to see if it would catch me doing it.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's a lot that we could do with Shane's equipment. I mean, it's just
make
a whole day out of it.
Yeah.
know?
So and
I got the coolest shirt. I just gotta tell you, because I love the science behind it too.
Oh yeah.
I like science to back me up. I absolutely.
That's awesome. That's why I need you.
Half the times when I go out on location, like I'm so excited to work with the equipment, that I forget that I'm like people are there to see me tell them where the spirits are.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I want you to do. Please do.
I know, and I'm like, oh God, wait. They're like, do you feel anything? Oh, I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm like, wait a minute.
The only advantage that I have of not being psychic at all is, you know, I'll go anywhere. I don't care. I mean, if somebody says that basement's creepy, I'm down there and I've got equipment and I ain't got no cares in the world because, you know, I'm going through.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
Yeah.
I'm going with you.
Yeah. When I got started in this too, kind of went full bore with the whole paranormal and all that stuff. Before it was kind of like, it wasn't really scary, but I mean, there were times where it was, but now it's just like, doesn't surprise me. You know, anything I catch, anything I hear or see, it's like, oh, okay. What was that?
But then there's the entities that you don't know about.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And
I don't know about them.
And
that you don't want to know about, yeah.
Yeah. They don't show themselves to anyone.
Mm-mm.
These suckers, I'm telling you. I'm going to write a book on these guys because
I wish you would, because that would be awesome.
Well, you know what? I remember when I was at the Shanley the one time, and the first time I encountered this thing, and all of a sudden I realized, I'm like, holy crap, I've experienced this thing in every location, every home I've been at. But he was always in the background. Because before I went into a home or to a location, I would feel the presence of something, this presence of it. And I thought I was so big and bad that it ran when I got there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought I was getting rid of this. I'm like, because I would go there. I'm like, I know there's another entity here, I didn't like it. But it's not, I don't feel it anymore. It must have left. And I'm thinking, because I came there, it ran away from me and it's not coming back. No. But once I get rid of the spirit, and the spirit that it's after, because this thing is after the spirits that are there that are earthbound.
Oh, okay.
So there's always one at a location. It's the same vibration. I feel the same energy. It's scary as hell. But
that segues into kind of my next comment and question. So,
see, you're psychic.
Yeah. So I wish. So here's a strange thing that happened now that you mentioned that the entity was there each time. So quite some time ago, I went out to Iowa, which is 7 hours from my house. Okay.
Did you go to Velisca House?
No, I went to the 4-hour school. Okay. And it's a big abandoned schoolhouse, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So we went there. We did a good investigation. Didn't find a whole lot, but had a good time.
Yeah.
So then later, while I was at a private residence doing another investigation,
there's a little boy at that school.
Oh, there's probably thousands of them. I don't know. I mean, it was a full size middle school. It was a big school.
Yeah.
So anyways, I brought my equipment, and you know, a little bit about it is basically it's got a computer attached and it records almost 30 parameters every second. Like we're talking temperature, ions, humidity, magnetic fields, electric fields. I mean, it's doing all this stuff every second.
Data logger.
It's a logger. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a data logger. So basically what's happening is I'm setting up my stuff and I've got it running and I'm talking to the client. And during the talking, they asked me, well, where was your last visit? And I was like, oh, I was at 4-hour school, et cetera, et cetera. I gave them a quick little, 2-minute, time thing, and I went about my business. So then when later I went back over the data and I correlated my voice recorder with the data that was on there, I got during that 2 minutes and 40 seconds exactly that I was talking about the 4-hour school, I got a spike in radiation and a dip in the magnetic field. I mean, statistically significant. I can prove it, prove the statistical significance of it. Okay. So that happened. I was like, oh, that's an interesting coincidence. During that 2 minutes and 40 seconds that I'm talking about it, I get reading changes. So, fast forward to maybe another 3 weeks, almost a month. I went out and did a cemetery. And I was there with my friend and we were talking about it. And so I started talking about the 4-hour school again because he was interested in where I'd been previously. So again, when I got home and I started going over the data, during the minute and 19 seconds that I was telling him about that, we had, again, a rise in radiation like you'd think of from a nuclear bomb, and a dip in the magnetic field. Now, they both stopped exactly at the end, within a second or two of me finishing my sentence.
Huh.
So, and this has happened.
And you're not recording, like doing EVP recording?
Well, I mean, we're recording our audio. There is a thing. There was no voices or any other thing other than me talking to my friend. I mean, you could hear all of us talking, but it seems to happen when we're not even doing the investigation. We're just setting up and talking and chatting,
Yeah.
And it shows up. So, you said stuff follows. It's like, okay, does the entity see what I'm doing from 7 hours away? And whenever I talk about it, influence the equipment, or does it follow? I mean, I've had no other weirdnesses or strange problems.
Attachments are very rare. Like I hear people use it.
And that's what other people told me.
Too frequently. That drives me crazy. You know how many people do have an attachment? I feel something. I said that you have no attachment. Knock it off. It's in your head.
Yeah.
You watching too many ghost shows.
Yeah, and like I say, I've had no other issues. I've had no weird stuff happening. I mean, everything's been working good.
Absolutely, they can. You can think of them and make them appear. That's basically what I do.
Okay.
So
I just thought it was so high of a statistical coincidence to get, 2 or 3 times in a row I've had this same, when I talk about that investigation, I get data fluctuations.
Was there a hole in the floor there? Like, did somebody fall in a hole in the school?
At the school?
Yeah.
There are holes that go down to the boiler room. I do not have any data on if anybody, I mean, You
feeling like somebody fell through something?
It's possible. I mean, the stories that they always talked about.
I feel like it's not good, and
the stories they ever talked about was that there's maybe this, principal that was beating children. I don't know. There's a few little stories with the school, but I really haven't. We normally intentionally do not collect a ton of information about a site before we go there because we want to find it when we're done. Organic. In our data, not, I'm looking for so-and-so. Yeah. So,
I don't like to know where I'm going.
Yep.
I've done it's hard now with doing events, but I don't even think about it. But I know I'm doing an event soon that we're going to announce Tuesday. And sometimes if I go for walks in the morning, I'm walking and I start thinking about it. And I was picking up stuff already.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's crazy. That's why you don't want to know anything too. Like I don't know anything about this place. I don't think I even know the name of it. But most places I go to, like my friends would be in a chat group, but not me.
Yep.
So I didn't want to know what's going on because I remember somebody asked me, "Can you go here to my friend's house. They're having an issue. And as we're going there, and I said, oh my God, I'm hearing multiple suicides here. And my friend goes, how the hell do you know that?
Yeah, that's cool. See, I don't have that.
There's like 5 suicides in this place.
Yeah. You don't want that. I mean, it's.
But I just do so. I have to text my husband. I'm sorry.
That's all good.
I'm sorry to do this during the show. So sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's all good. We're all
so I wanted to ask you about the location I'm at now, because I know the owners were really kind of curious having you on and what you kind of sense about this place. I know about this place. I haven't really told you too much, anything of anything.
No, I don't even know where you are.
I'm in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
All right. Well, don't tell me like where, but I'll tell you, I'm seeing definitely shadows, and they're little shadows. So I think they're sensing that there's a child there.
Right.
So I feel like there's a child presence there, but there's a lot of shadow figures, and I feel like there's this distortion when I look in past a window or mirror or something. I'm seeing like heat signatures. Have they experienced a child? Has somebody seen the child?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, because I see the child. I'm trying to feel this child out if the child's real. Because you got to be careful with children, seeing children.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they might be adults that are playing children.
Oh, absolutely. I've had that.
I've heard that. I've never had that, but I've heard that.
Because, listen, children cross over.
Yeah. For the most part, yeah.
Or for the most part, except for like Feliska House. You know, I've wanted to go there so bad just for the children, just to talk to them. And it's a shame because, you know, I can never cross them over. Or, how many kids were there? Because it was like 3. 3 made it over, 1 stayed. All right. Yeah.
Here?
So
here,
I don't know. I just heard that. So I don't know if that's there or the Feliska House. Like I just heard somebody say it's so weird. Like, cause like, I've been hearing voices. I know it sounds crazy. I usually could feel like when I send stuff, like I can feel words. I can.
Right.
It's not that I'm hearing it. I feel the words, you know, but lately I've been hearing a lot. Like spirits will wake me up out of my sleep, actual voices screaming in my ear.
Yeah.
But lately while I've been doing readings, they've been talking. And I just want to tell you a quick story. I was doing a reading. So I use my cards too when I do readings. I do like the whole shebang.
Right.
So I'm doing a reading and I'm looking down like this and, you know, the woman's in front of me and I go, oh, you're moving. That's great. And I'm like, oh, South Carolina. And I look up at her and she goes, how did you know? And I said, because she just told me. She goes, I didn't say anything.
That's cool.
I'm telling you, I heard a woman say South Carolina. And it freaked me out. Like I had goosebumps. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Because it was so loud.
Right.
Because usually I know when it's a spirit, like when I'm feeling the words.
Yeah.
And I know when I'm hearing it. This was like if she was right in front of me. I know, it just blew my mind. So, all right. So another thing over here, I'm going to bounce all over the place. This is how I do my reading.
It's all good.
I almost feel like somebody has a sense of. I almost feel like I'm being closed upon. Energy around me. Is that the female owner? Does she feel like pressure on her?
I'm not sure if she does. It's
Okay.
her husband.
I'm sorry?
Her and her husband, I don't know exactly how much they experience, but she knows her friends experience a lot of stuff.
Okay. I am definitely seeing shadow figures around this place. And there's a lot of them.
A lot of them, and I think a lot of them are travelers. I don't think that they stay. I just think they pass through.
Oh, well, you know, that's like the Shanley. The Shanley will have like spirits there for a while, then they leave
Yep,
for a few
yep.
years, come back.
This is like
Well, it is a hotel.
This is like, yeah, it is a hotel. So I mean, this is like a way stop. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure that
What happens? It's like you know, or they just kind of go dormant and wake up again. And you know what? It's like people like me will wake them up.
right.
Because as another
Right.
thing at the Shanley, I remember being at the Shanley, and we're in the seance room, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, I see this black guy come run through, and this white guy chased him. And I said, "Oh," I'm like, "Kelly, there's an African American man. He just ran, and there's a white guy chasing him. He's gonna kill him." She goes, "Oh, I forgot his name, Samuel, I think." And the guy killed him.
Really?
That's rude.
Yeah, I never heard the story, and it's not online that you can find this.
Right.
That's another thing I'm known for. I will give information at locations that you cannot find online.
Right.
So, which I like because it validates it. Because there's a lot of frauds out there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they research. I will not research, and I'll tell you, I'm too lazy.
Oh, fair enough.
But I will get information that nobody knows.
Right. Well, that's good.
But here, is she watching?
Who?
The owner, the female?
I don't know if I told her to.
Okay. I wish she could answer us. Oh, I just want to say, I saw Jen on here. Hi, Jen. Jen's my moderator for my show.
Oh yeah. That's who she is.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm definitely seeing a lot of shadow figures. I hear whispering.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the whispering. That would freak me out because the way they're doing it, like they're doing it, could be scary.
Yeah.
Because it's even like it's creepy. It's like, and it echoes.
Yep.
And they're doing it on purpose to spook them. Back down. All right. I feel like, oh my God. There's a tall figure there too.
Yes, there is.
There's two of them.
Two of them.
There's two of them. One you see, one you won't.
Really?
Yeah. The tall figure, it's almost like it's a division of itself, another part of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he breaks himself in two, and there's two. Okay.
Yeah.
And,
he's only half the man he was.
Yeah. Bastard. But I'm seeing light. He does this weird thing with light. Like I could see sparks. Like.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Oh my God, it's freaking me out.
Down in the basement is the speakeasy. It's a bar. And
okay.
So it's and that's where he dwells down there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I try to talk to him. I know his story.
Yeah.
And so I just.
He hides in darkness. He is in darkness.
He does.
Yeah.
I've tried to help him, but.
Yeah. He hides for what he has done.
Bingo.
I just heard him say, I hide for what I have done.
Yeah. And that is exactly.
Did he kill 3 people or?
I don't know. I don't know about that. I've heard of. No, I won't.
All right. I don't know if he killed, but I know there's something with 3 people. He has done something to 3 people.
Right. Yeah.
So I hide for what I have done.
I won't. I won't share his story that way.
Yeah.
Just because I'm in a respected hotel.
No. I totally get it. Yeah. But just that you're validating what I'm picking up.
Oh,
right.
Yeah. Did you get a name?
I have no idea what you want.
Right. Did you get a name with that by chance?
You know, what do you want? Everything?
Yeah.
Hey.
Let me see. I'm going to scroll. I'm not saying this is him, but I do get an R name.
Okay.
Like a Randall, R.A. name.
Okay.
I'm not saying this is him, but this might be associated with this place.
Okay.
You know, I gotta tell you, he's a little pissy right now.
Oof.
He's a little pissy right now, this guy.
Right. Yeah.
He's saying, "Don't say my name. Don't say my name. Don't say my name.
Yep.
Don't say my name." And he keeps saying it over and over again, as if you take his power away if you say his name.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I get the feeling saying his name or telling his story takes his power away.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's got some issues to deal with, and he's got to come to grips with that. So
He doesn't feel any remorse.
it's been too long, way too long.
Well, he just doesn't feel any remorse, period.
No, it's just been.
He thinks he's very intelligent. And he laughs, "I'm only half crazy."
Yeah, and that's probably right.
All right, so that's pretty wild, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I would love to talk to the owners to see how they feel about this.
One of these days, we'll have to do an event here.
Yeah.
And then invite you.
Oh, I would
There you
love
go.
that.
Yeah.
I would love that.
So, and I would like
Now,
to.
now, like once I'm connected to a place, I'll keep picking up stuff.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I would like to invite Shane as well.
Oh yeah, I'd be there.
For
That
sure.
would- Oh, you know.
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
can
Have it all
touch
together.
all the instruments.
Yep. Yeah.
I just got this cool shirt and it says "Talk Data" to me.
That's awesome. I'm a computer guy. That's what I do for a living.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I know, but isn't that so cool? Talk Data.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice play on words.
So I have a questions. So I've talked to several different mediums over the years,
Okay.
and I've always asked them the question, what do the entities look like, or how are they perceived? Now, sometimes they've told me that they see them as a person.
Mhm.
Sometimes they've told me that they are a little tiny dot, like a singularity, like a marble, and that's one little dot of energy that gets weaker as you get further apart. Some of them are like they don't
I've
have
never
any
heard that.
form that you can talk about or describe in words. So, because what concerns me is
They're going to show me what they look like when they're here on Earth.
Okay, they show you that.
Yeah.
Okay, because here's somebody had once told me it's like I put my sensor equipment on a table and there's a bunch of chairs around it, right? And they're like, well, but the spirit is small enough. If you don't get it in exactly the right spot, that spirit could be sitting in that chair. You won't get nothing. The thing's the size of a marble. You got to get the equipment.
There's no size. That doesn't make sense. It's energy.
And that's why I ask every medium that I think has worth a grain of salt.
I hate to say this, but I think they're full of it.
And it's probable. I can't tell. I can't make a judgment because
no,
I don't.
I'm going to tell you because we're energy.
Yeah, and that's what they all say, energy. But some of them say they're like a singularity, a little tiny point of infinite energy or nearly.
I've never believed that. No.
Huh?
No.
Yeah, that does not make sense to me.
And then some of them are like, well, they're just
that's because they
shape and size they were when they were alive.
Listen,
okay,
because they can't pick up anything.
Okay,
so their answers is their energy is too small. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I have no way to validate it my own self.
No, I know, but energy is energy.
Right.
Sure.
You're going to get information from the smallest piece of energy.
Can you describe to me what the energy is? I mean, is it electromagnetic? Is it gravity? Is there some force we don't know of?
No, it's
interdimensional.
No. It's we're on different planes.
Okay, so interdimensional style.
Yeah, that too. But we're energy when we
because I know people have a physical. If I hook a heart monitor or a brain monitor to somebody, they put off energy, electrical. It's small amounts, but they do it. You know. So it's like, okay, so now what kind of energy are they when they're not alive?
It's the same energy that we're made of now. The matter.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's the same energy. It's just we lose the physical, but that energy is still there. Everything that's keeping us alive right now is all energy.
Sure, I agree with that. I mean, and law of thermodynamics keeps us
exactly,
alive.
but we lose the organic body, and that breaks down, which, by the way, is energy.
Yeah,
Go
correct.
back into the earth.
Yep.
Feeding more energy, but energy is big. It could be, but you can get information from the smallest particle of energy.
Sure.
But when I'm talking to spirit, they're showing, because how am I going to say, all right, I see a dot.
Yeah. I mean,
he says his name is Al.
Yeah. I mean, see, that's why I question it, because like I say, I can't see or feel or know those things.
Because it's people like this that give people like me a bad name.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Stop it.
So yeah, that's just one of my curiosities I always have is like, okay, so unless I can direct them, am I wasting my time?
Did you ever study quantum physics? Like
I do all the time.
Yes, I know you.
And I have a very deep understanding of that.
I love it.
I love it. Yeah.
I love that you're such a geek.
Yeah, I am. That is me.
See, Shane geek. That's Shane geek.
Yeah, right. See how this works? I mean, there was a reason why I put him next to me, and this because of the fact that
when he can at events, I'm like always right next to the geek.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I love the geek because they know everything.
Yeah, and we know everything except where the spirits are.
Yeah, but no, you're not objective. You have no opinion of this regardless. You're in there for scientific.
Correct.
What do you say?
Which is why I use computers to do everything.
Yeah, what are you saying, Shane? You're 80%
skeptic, 20% believer.
Yeah.
Now, I do get enough strange things in that 20% of the time that, that show up in data, etc., that don't have a natural explanation easily.
Yeah.
And so that's just enough to keep me going forward. You know?
No, absolutely.
A lot of scientists are like, that's all bunk. I'm wasting my time.
I'm a big skeptic too. Really am. If I'm not getting enough information too from the spirit, I'm like, listen, get out of here if you're not. You tell
there you
me.
Go, Shane.
There you go.
All right, I didn't want to say it. Debbie, we love geeks. We find them sexy. That's why I have that shirt that says "Talk Data to Me."
Yep. Awesome. That's awesome.
Talking data to me just makes me crazy. No.
Yeah. Well, once you see the data that comes out of this equipment, we'll be besties because the ability to see the entire environment together.
Exactly.
Because there's lots of ghost instruments that technically work, but they're by themselves.
Get me started.
Yeah, it's one device, another device. But see, this takes every reading at the same time, every second.
Yeah.
And so, you correlate that with video and audio, and now you have nothing in the physical realm that I know of can really escape it. I mean, it's got motion sensors, it's got, LiDAR detector. I mean, it's got every kind of, just walking through the room, it knows a physical person went through the room.
Exactly, because there's a change in the barometric pressure.
Yeah,
and absolutely. I feel that's the first thing I feel.
And it measures that to many decimal places.
And guess what? So I'll be talking, and I'll feel that immediately when it's changing. Yeah, and your equipment will validate me.
That's cool. Yeah, my wife says the pressure changes because she says her joints hurt when it gets ready to rain. And I'm like, well, the board says it's probably going to rain because humidity went up and the pressure went down.
Yeah.
So we need to plan an event here.
Yeah, I love it. I'm so excited. I got to meet Shane.
I will bring it up to Monica and.
Yeah, because Wisconsin's not too far from me. That's a 3-hour drive. And
where is this?
This is in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. It's an hour north of Chicago.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Yes, so 3-4 hours from me.
Yeah, so. Shane's in Michigan.
Yeah, I'm in Michigan, near Kalamazoo. It's a fun name to say.
Right.
And I'm in Jersey, where we got those heavy accents.
Yours isn't too bad. I mean, yours is pretty I wouldn't have really.
Oh, my Jersey comes out.
I couldn't quite picture where you were from. I knew you were from New Jersey, but it didn't click. I mean, some of them you hear the Jersey sound. You know, it's like,
oh no,
wow.
there's certain words.
I've only been there once. Okay, I went there for a business trip, and I rode with the cab drivers, and I swear my life was before my eyes because this guy would drive in the traffic in ways that physics were violated. Okay,
we can't. I can't stand slow people. It drive me crazy. You know, and I'm not even a fast driver.
Yeah.
Really, you know, and
these cab drivers would share paint. I mean, they're crazy. And so that was a lot. I'm like, I'm out of Jersey. I am done with it.
But listen, can I tell you something? Like people see that part of it. But we have countryside here. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Jersey's gorgeous. I hate when they make fun of New Jersey. Yeah, it's like any state. Well,
this was Newark, so, and it was down near the industrial zone.
Oh my God! Yeah,
it was a little bit rough down there.
We don't go to Newark.
Okay. So we got consensus here.
Yeah. Okay. Right. You're not supposed to go to Newark. No.
Okay.
Yeah. What the hell are you doing?
Nobody that lives in Jersey goes to
New York.
You go fix computers.
I'm actually I am a stone's throw away from Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's great. I go an hour out. I'm in the country. 15 minutes. I'm in the city. I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And that's how I wanted to be.
I live in the country. I got horse pastures in my backyard, and it's quiet, and people don't honk at me, and I go about my life. You know, the sky is dark at night.
Oh my God, that would freak me out. Hey, guess
what?
I'm afraid of the dark.
What?
What? That's okay, because I do 2/3 of my investigations in light because I assume that the entities don't care if it's night or day.
I don't care, but you know what? I actually see and hear better in the dark.
Okay.
Because because
that was always a thing they always brought up is like, well, you got to have it dark and you got to have it. It's like, well, here was my theory. Now, okay, this is science theory that I came up with. I have no proof of it, but it's like, okay. I say when people are alive, they're normally awake all day and they sleep all night. So why should we go to a haunted house in the middle of the night when they're all sleeping, following their normal routines? Why don't we go in the middle of the day? Number one, the rate's probably cheaper. And number two, they're up and doing things.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
It's the creep factor. Your senses are on, but
you don't care about the freak factor.
After the sun goes down, it's just different.
It is different, but you got to admit, really, the witching hour at 3.
3 a.m., yeah. That's what my wife says, the witching hour is 3.
Yeah. They've always said it, and I got to tell you, but believe me, things happen during the day.
So here's I'm going to do a trial. Now, we talked about the witching. I'm going to do a trial. I'm going to find a relatively calm location, and I'm going to let the board and all of the sensors record all night, and then do that maybe 2-3 nights in a row, and then see if there is a statistical change in the numbers between like 3 and 4 a.m.
That's a great idea.
I've never tried it, but
this is a great idea.
Heck, I can do it in my house. I don't think there's anything haunted there, but I mean,
it would be great if you could do it at a haunted location.
Sure, we can do that.
Right.
Really to
put it in a room, lock the door so nobody can go in and mess with it.
A known haunted location. Now, and you do it between the witching hour 3 and 5, say, and then do another test during the day.
And I can compare those. With the software that I wrote, I can literally take the numbers from the day and take the numbers from the night. It'll put it together, and it'll literally give me a thing they call the p-value in the scientific world that basically says the probability of this being bullcrap or not, and whether there is a difference. Is there a difference between 3 a.m. and 5? And 5 and 3 in the afternoon?
The Shanley, I've been there in broad daylight, and there was stuff going on. I was grabbed the first time I was there. It was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
The first time I walked there, the first time I pull up to the Shanley, I'm all excited. I'm walking. All of a sudden, I see this guy jumping off the roof. Bam.
Ooh, that leave a mark.
So I'm like, really? Now, every time I kept going outside, he kept jumping. And I'm like, you got to stop.
It's like a mulligan. You get to do it again.
Yeah. I'm like, so I'm like, Kelly, a guy just jumped off the roof. She goes, oh. She goes, it's funny. She said, online it said the man fell out the window and survived. She goes, actually, he jumped off the roof and died.
Oh, okay.
So that's not online either. So
Yeah. Well, we definitely need to get you a date with that censor board because
yeah.
if we can get some good stuff, I mean, we're going to be in the top of the paranormal world.
Yes, I would love this. Oh
Yes.
my God.
And the great thing is, like I say, there's no bias in it because I don't touch it. I don't get near it. I just dump the data onto a thumb drive when I'm done, and I open it up in Excel or whatever software, and we look at it.
Yep.
It has some or don't.
The reason I'm afraid of the dark, because it started as a kid.
This is a good idea. I hear this.
When I started seeing spirits, I'm in pitch black.
Ooh.
And I can see the spirits, and I can hear them. So, you know, I guess it's like, you know, when you shut down one, you know, sense, like
you get stronger at the other, like blind people.
Yeah,
they can hear better.
But I can hear, like, and I don't like it. It's like it's constant barrage of sounds. So now, like, I remember meeting my husband and telling him, you know, about me. I said, listen, I have to sleep with the TV on. So I don't hear.
My wife sleeps with a fan on because she can't stand the total silence.
Yeah, of course. See, me, if it's silent, I will hear things.
Okay.
So I'll hear. Oh, what happened? My screen just popped up.
No, it looks good. You're still going.
No, on my end.
Oh, okay.
But I'll hear things. But believe me, I've been woken up in the middle of the night with the TV on. I've had a few times screaming in my ear.
Wow.
Yeah, and I jumped up. I'm like, one of the first times in this house, I own a two-family home. My tenant passed away.
Okay.
So I used to go up and visit her every day to make, you know, because she didn't have any family. Anyway, I didn't get to see her for 2 days. But the one night, I'm woken up by the woman screaming. I can't understand what you're saying. Slow down. And I got up, I turned all the lights on, I'm walking around to go back to bed, and she starts screaming in my ear again.
Okay.
My tenant passed away.
Oh.
She woke me up. I recognized the voice. She had a very raspy voice, and when she used to get upset, she would yell, but I couldn't understand. I'm like, Josephine, slow down. I can't understand what you're saying. So she woke me up to tell me that she passed away.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
See, I just want the gift for like a day, just so that in my mind, I would have something to relate to numbers on a screen.
Yeah, I understand it,
but
I
can't.
It's not as easy as you think it is until after years of doing it, because they give me images. Okay. They're going to talk. They don't always talk. It's not always clear. Right. Hey, April, this is Bob. Tell Cindy I love her, and the money is hidden under the rug. You know, it's But you know, sometimes they'll talk, and it's like having, you know, like bad static or a bad connection. So you hear words cut out. But they'll give me images, and I have to try and figure it out. Like, you know, what they're showing. They try to give me images, so I'll know what they're trying to say. Like, they'll show me an orange. Orange always reminds me of Florida. So I'm like, all right, you talk about Florida.
Okay.
It's like a puzzle. I'm putting a puzzle together.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's clear cut. They talk. Like I had for the past 2 days, my readings have been crazy, where I'm getting the information where I'm hearing them. Some days they're just giving me images. They're showing me a car, or, you know, somebody, you know, something, or the headlights broken on the car, or they were hit by a car, you know, so I have to try to put pieces of information together. Sometimes it's a little movie. I know you've heard,
you know, I've never heard that one, but okay. I'm
telling you, my old job, I was having an issue with them, and all of a sudden the person walks in the room, and I just went into like a trance, and I saw this little movie that happened in like seconds. Milliseconds, and told me what was going to happen in a year.
Wow.
And it happened.
That's cool.
And it freaked me out. I went up, and like, he's looking at me like, why are you looking at me like that? Because I'm looking at him like I'm a zombie. I'm like, well, I'll tell you what, it's a trance. I'm like, but it was seconds. It was mere seconds. Cool. Yeah.
So here's a strange little question. So if you're slightly like, you know, you said you partied and stuff. If you're slightly tipsy or something, does that change the way that things come in? I mean, I've never asked a psychic that.
You know, can I tell you something? I've like studied with spiritualists and other groups, and I'm like, oh, you can't drink, you're not allowed to do that. Some are like, you can't cross your legs when read. I'm like, I can read.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it has an influence on, does it make it easier or harder or
No,
messed
actually,
up?
it makes it easier.
Yeah,
Probably you're more
relaxed.
relaxed. I don't know. You probably never been asked that question before.
Yeah.
I know, but it does make it easier.
Your
but
inhibitions are down and your guards are down, and
never drink when you're reading. And I'm like, who made all these rules? I'm like,
yeah, I don't know, not me. I did.
I know it's such BS. Half the stuff I hear, I'm like, that's why once in a while you'll see me like post eye rolling. I'm gonna eye roll.
Oh yeah, I roll lots of stuff.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, oh my god. Sometimes I'm like I was practicing with this one group of mediums, and they totally do not believe that a spirit could be here, and they don't believe in paranormal investigations, and there's no spirits in here, and they go right to heaven.
Yeah.
They go to heaven, and the bad ones go to hell. And I'm like, oh no, it doesn't. I remember like doing readings, and like, no, they're not here. They're like yelling at me. I'm like, what is wrong with you people? What is this, a cult?
We wish it could be that simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really not that simple.
Yeah. And can I tell you something? Hell is not like what people think it is. You know, it is. I wouldn't want to be there, but it's just lower. It's a lower form, a lower energy. Right. And so you're actually in heaven, but you're not crossed over with the others. You're there. You're going through a life review. Right. And until you get it, you're going to see how you affected the person that you hurt, harmed, or whatever, but see how it affected their life and how it affected the people around them and for generations to come. Your actions, what they cause, good or bad. And we all do that. Some are quick, hey, this guy's really great. Go right through,
Everyone's like, hey, how about you come to the office? You're like,
you like to see. You have to go to that small office. You're in big trouble.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're about out of time. Holy cow.
Yeah, it's been great. This went like blink gone.
Yep.
I know. I could talk to you guys all night.
Yeah.
Right. It's been such a pleasure talking with you, April. I mean, it's just been, we got to have you on again.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to plan this. And please let me know about the people that at that place.
I'll probably talk to her when I get done here.
Yeah. But I'm glad you were validating like everything I was saying, because I'm like, all right, because I'm saying this. I don't want to think of crazy. No.
No, we'll have to definitely set something up, and I'll see if I can. So maybe try to clear your schedule for the middle of the summer.
Oh, okay, sure.
He's like, right.
Might be filming by the end of the summer, so.
Right. So, no, hey, if it was, there is no coincidence. If it was meant to happen, it would be happening. So,
yep.
So.
But yeah, I'm excited. We are definitely gonna work together.
Yeah, we're gonna do cool stuff.
Yep. Yeah. Fun stuff.
We're going to do a lot of experiments, yes.
I love experiments.
Right. No kidding. All right. So you can find April at intuitiveapril.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find her on Facebook, Instagram. Do you have Twitter even?
I have Twitter, but I'm hardly on it. I'm like,
Right.
I forgot my password.
Delayed answer. You're get a delayed answer if you use that method.
Right.
No, I forgot my password, and they won't let me back in. And I'm like, it's such a pain in the butt. I'm like, you know what? Screw you, Twitter.
There you go.
So thank you, April. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. It's
been super great.
Yeah. So you guys, you have a fantastic evening.
You too. And I will see you guys soon.
All right. Sounds great.
Most definitely.
Yes.
All right?
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye. So that was great. She is awesome. So why don't we plan for next week?